Thanks for introducing me to this brand storytelling concept. I never have thought that there is a thing called brand storytelling.
So again, brand storytelling, it's not only on videos, but also can be on graphics and write-ups too. How long have you been here in the Philippines?
It's been 1.5 years.
1.5 years. And one thing I know for sure that you have experience here is that Filipinos love to tell stories.
Of course.
How amazing it has been to perform along Zakir Khan and Abish Matthews. They were really amazing. So
did you know that this is the Zakir Khan before you met him?
No. Okay, so there were posters about Zakir Khan, but I am an alien to the entertainment world of India. But when I got there, everyone was talking about it because Zakir Khan will be here.
Do you know Zakir Khan is known as Sak Londa?
Sak Londa, what is that? And then they brought me to the Marine Drive.
Yeah.
Am I right?
The Marine Drive.
Marine Drive it was beautiful in there. I got to try Pani Puri.
Wow. Okay.
I know. It was amazing. I think I had 3 Pani Puris. You owe it to yourself to make your passion your profitable passion. Because you have to be happy of the things that you're doing. How do you say take care in Hindi?
Apna dhyan rakhiye. Okay, let me guess. Isn't it Inga?
Yeah. So
you must have watched 3 Idiots.
My favorite.
I see.
And then that is the main part.
अपने आप से छुप रहे, सब सहते रहे पर चुप रहे, मौका मिला नहीं कभी कुछ बताने का, आज थोड़ी फुर्सत हो तो हम कुछ कहें, कभी कभी कोई अपना जरूरी होता है अपने दिल की बात बताने के लिए. I have been hiding myself behind me, silently, never said a thing. If you really wanna listen, can I say something? Sometimes all you need is that one person who truly understands your thoughts with their comforting presence. We're going to talk about storytelling today. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the guest for tonight. She is a brand storyteller, born and raised in Quezon Province, Philippines. Let's listen to her story from herself. Kitty, welcome to the Moonlit Talk Show.
Hi, welcome to me. Congratulations on your show. Hello, everybody. I am so happy to be here. If only you know the effort that is putting into making this show, you'd be amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, Kitty, for this. Can you tell us a bit of your background and how did you start storytelling?
Absolutely. Well, you're a very great storyteller yourself, so I am sure that you have a great story to share also. But thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to tell our untold stories here at the Moonlit Talk Show. Well, he's been introducing me. I am Kitty. I am in the marketing communications field for almost a decade now. I have been doing marketing for brands. Lately, I have been into brands and bands lately, but also on top of that, I am a spoken word artist, which means that the professional life and the creative life mixing into one is actually a great opportunity for me to do brand storytelling. I have been doing brands since 2015, and I have been in the spoken word scene too since 2015. So, yeah.
Oh, perfect. You know what? I was about to ask what is brand storytelling. You kind of explain it, but you want to add something on this?
Absolutely. So, brand storytelling is a creative way of marketing a product through emotional connection to your audience. As you all know, for us to be able to connect to our audience, you must be deeply rooted into their context. And the power of brand storytelling is emotionally convincing people why should they support this brand. So I personally love storytelling because when you do that, it's not only that you tell people you should buy this, you should support this, but it's more of a context on why you should buy this and why you should support this. So more than telling or answering the question what, brand storytelling focuses on answering the whys of the brands.
Thanks for introducing me to this brand storytelling concept. I never have thought that there is a thing called brand storytelling.
Yes.
All this time I was doing storytelling where I would go to the audience, talk about it, what I have been thinking the whole night. I couldn't sleep, and writing about it. I got to know that there is a thing where you express brand by storytelling.
Yeah.
How beautiful is that?
I know. It has not been labeled like that before. The commercials wherein there are big plot twists in the end. Thailand is doing that huge thing. They're very known for that. It wasn't tagged as brand storytelling, but right now, since social media is a huge platform for that, there's what we call the short videos where people do their ads online, and most of them, it's brand storytelling. But also, brand storytelling doesn't only happen in videos. It can be a one post about why you're supporting this certain cause. So it comes in many different forms. It's just that videos is one of the biggest forms in doing brand storytelling. On my end, what I do personally is that words and graphics. And also, I had one brand storytelling about Bayanihan during the pandemic. It was a video, and my main role was directing that and writing that. So again, brand storytelling, it's not only on videos, but also can be on graphics and write-ups too.
I have a question. So, your personal experiences, or let's say the cultural differences, how does it influence your storytelling? Considering you have been performing and doing storytelling in different countries, including India, by the way.
Yes, this is very exciting. Thank you for bringing that one up. Before I answer that, how long have you been here in the Philippines?
It's been 1.5 years.
1.5 years. And one thing I know for sure that you have experience here is that Filipinos love to tell stories.
Of course.
Right?
I do know that.
Yes. And even though it's just a small talk, you'd be able to know the little story of that person. So I think on my cultural background, that would have to be Filipinos are naturally born storytellers. So I'm very lucky to have that. When it comes to life experiences, and I hope they have time to listen to this, but I came from a long line of poets. I mean, my grandmother was a poet. My mother wrote poems. Yes. And when I was in grade school, I started joining competitions for poems. And then in high school, I joined the literary club in school. And then in college, I was the literary editor and publication director and editor-in-chief for a newspaper. And I think it set me up to where I am right now, doing spoken word poetry, brand storytelling.
Makes sense. Yeah.
There was no other avenue I would have chosen to create my art but through poems, through write-ups. So these life experiences along the way, when I was a kid and up until now, the poetry section in my life has given me that comfortable space, that safe space. So there's that. And I'm so fortunate because I was able to represent Philippines last February in Mumbai during the Spoken Fest. And I have been hearing stories how amazing it has been to perform along Zakir Khan and Abish Matthews. They were really amazing. So I was really happy that I was able to do that. And yeah, I think one of the things that I very happy about is that I got to tell my story at Spring Fest.
Okay,
Yeah.
how did you find Zakir Khan in person?
Zakir Khan was amazing. Not only on stage, but in person. He was really, really kind, really funny, very engaging, very warm.
Did you know that this is the Zakir Khan before you met him?
No. Okay, so there were posters about Zakir Khan, but I am an alien to the entertainment world of India. But when I got there, everyone was talking about it because Zakir Khan will be here. And I was so pumped because I get to see him live. I got to see him live. So yeah, and then it just dawned on me because I have friends from India and they were asking me, so who are the performers there? And I was like, Zakir Khan. No, he just didn't casually drop a name. So yeah, it was I felt very giddy about it.
Do you know Zakir Khan is known as Sak Londa?
Sak Londa, what does that mean?
Sak Londa is someone who doesn't get impressed by anyone easily.
Well, I'm sure he was impressed about his Spring Fest.
Do you have any other memories of your India visit?
You know what? I love this talk show because every time I find the time to share about India. My Indian stories are amazing. So first, well, it wasn't the first time that I was in India. I was in India in 2023, last year. It was for work, but I was able to go to Taj Mahal, which is really beautiful. My favorite Indian story would have to be on my first night in India. My colleagues turned friends. They brought me to Leopold's, Mumbai, and the food was amazing. And then they brought me to the Marine Drive.
Yeah.
Am I right?
The Marine Drive.
Marine Drive. It was beautiful in there. And then there was a lot. I bought so many earrings.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think those are my favorite, but also nothing can top meeting my real life Indian friends. So I met them online in this online creative community, and then we met there, and then they brought me to Elko in Bandra. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. And then I got to try Pani Puri.
Wow. Okay.
I know. It was amazing. I think I had 3 Pani Puris. Mm-hmm. And then it was the first time that I got to try naan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you find naan here in Manila?
Okay. Ever since I tasted naan, I cannot stop thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And I am so happy that there is a specific restaurant that offers amazing naan. And my favorite would have to be the cheese naan.
Okay.
I know. I have been talking to you about it. Yep. Cheese naan. I've been mentioning cheese naan to you.
So, yeah. That's one of the best naan you can have.
I know.
Do you also know that there are multiple flavors of Pani Puri? Like, there are stores in India, especially in Mumbai, mm-hmm. where you can find at least 10 to 12 different kind of flavors in Pani Puri.
What?
Yeah.
I really didn't know that. I think, okay, so what is the regular Pani Puri? The one that's on the street?
It's garlic and tamarind flavor.
I am pretty sure I had a tamarind.
Yeah, that's the most common.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So it was very sour. Okay,
moving on, let's talk about your untold story.
My untold story.
That you want everyone to hear now.
You know what? Never imagined that there would be an avenue for me to tell my untold stories. I never in my wildest dream, like really, generally telling you now,
mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm really grateful that we get to have.
And I'm happy that we are talking about it. You know, the whole thought behind starting this molded talk show.
I would want to know.
Is unveiling the untold story.
Mm-hmm.
As the tagline says. I know that every single individual has their story that they want people to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
They never could say that. But I think there was a need of this platform, and here we are.
Okay. And, You know, the power that midnight holds is that it makes people vulnerable. So this is very smart of you to come up with. I think one of the millions of stories that I haven't shared yet would have to be, it's about poetry and it's about my family. So, when I was a kid, I always wanted to have my story published through poetry.
Mhm.
I always wanted to have my poems published, and we have a local newspaper in Mauban, Quezon, where I was born and raised. And then, one day, after millions and millions of my submissions, I finally got published.
Wow.
I was 9 years old. And then I was so happy about it, so I hurriedly went to my mom to tell my story about it. And she worked in the government. She was in the DSWD. They mainly focused on children and elderlies. So I showed her happily the newspaper, and then we were both jumping, and my mother, we could not afford a frame. You don't afford a frame, and she wanted to have it framed. So what she did was, there was a broken clock. She made the broken clock an improvised picture frame, and she framed my palm. So up until to this day, I still have that frame, and I have been doing palms because someone believed in me, and someone took care of my palms. Someone protected me, and that's my mother. So to give a to pay respect to her, to give a tribute to her, one of the stories that I told during the Spoken Fest in India last February was about my mom, how she took care of me and my
We're very
palms.
proud of you.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, that is my untold story. One of the millions, really. But if there are stories that I would always want to share, it'll always be about my mom, because she was the one who really supported me in the arena. I'm gonna cry. Yeah. So I am very happy about it that I got to perform one of the many poems that I have for her. And then, I always want to have a part of her in me. So during, I do have a Spotify, and one of the episodes that I have on Spotify, it has her voice clip at the end. So
That's so thoughtful.
I know when days are tough, I know exactly where to find her, because there's a 3-second clip of her voice on my Spotify saying, "Take care and I love you."
That's so emotional.
I know.
I really appreciate you sharing this
Yeah.
story that no one knew before.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing that with me.
So I am sure that you have made this platform for us because you yourself, you have an untold story. So all of us are looking forward to hear your untold story. I know that it's going to be a special episode.
Maybe very soon. One last question,
Mhm.
Kitty. Do you have any advice for the aspiring storytellers?
Not advice, but I'm going to share some thoughts.
Okay.
What I would like to share is that life takes away so many things from us because it demands us to be someone else. For example, you really want to be a poet, but also life is demanding you to be an IT manager, an engineer, a doctor.
Oh, you're talking about.
What I am trying to say is that the world needs you to be that person because you have so much responsibilities. But also, you have to be reminded always that you owe it to yourself to make time for the things that really matter to you. there's what we call the passion and the profitable passion.
Mhm.
And I think you owe it to yourself to make your passion your profitable passion. Because you have to be happy on the things that you're doing. Because if you're not happy with the things that you're doing and you're not finding purpose in the things that you're doing, 9 to 5, then what are we doing here?
That's true. At the end, it's finding the purpose and your happiness. I believe. Okay. Let's make it a little more interesting.
Okay. Maybe a little happier.
You must be having a few words or maybe sentences, and you think how to say this in Hindi.
Okay.
Since I'm here, you can ask me.
Absolutely. I think I didn't have enough time in Mumbai to ask so many questions with my friends. So I think, how would you say... Okay, let's start easy. Okay. How do you say take care in Hindi?
Apna dhyan rakhiye.
Okay, say that again.
Okay, so it's apna dhyan rakhiye.
Apna dhyan rakhiye.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what that is in Filipino?
Of course, I want to know how to say it in
I know
Philippines.
you have so much words that you know already.
Okay, let me guess. Isn't it ingat po?
You know it!
I have been learning Tagalog.
Amazing. Oh, all right. How do you say I'll see you tomorrow?
Kal milte hain.
Oh, it's short.
Yeah.
Kal milte hain.
Kal milte hain.
Kal milte hain.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh. Okay, kal milte hain. I love that.
And I do not know how to say this in Filipino.
Okay, in a very, very casual way, you say kita kits.
What is that?
Kita kits.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kita kits. Yeah, like not tomorrow, but like see ya. Kita
I
kits.
see.
Yeah. Because we don't usually say see you tomorrow in Filipino. It's like ge. You know that, right? Like sige.
Sige, yeah.
Sige.
Sige is theek hai. Like, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yes. How do you say, did you eat already?
Aapne khana khaya? Yeah.
Aapne khana khaya?
Aapne khana khaya? And there is a question mark at there.
Yeah. Okay, did I say it right?
So you can say, kya aapne khana? There are several ways of saying this. Okay. In general saying, you can say, aapne khana kha liya?
Aapne khana khaya?
Yes.
Okay. I got that.
Okay, now you have to tell me the Filipino of it.
Oh, absolutely. Kumain ka na?
Kumain
ka na?
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember this. And this was fun. Like, learning the language was fun. You know, there is one more section of my talk show. It's busting the myths about India. Do you have any specific perception about India? Or you always wonder, is it really happening in India right now? I can answer.
This is about Indian men and women.
Okay.
That they are romantics. Because I grew up watching Bollywood. And whenever people fall in love, everyone dances and sings.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, this is going to be
I am under the impression that everyone in India is a romantic.
Oh, that's a very interesting question. I would really love to answer this. So, everyone in India is romantic. Yes. But we do not dance and sing to express the love.
Okay.
Yeah. That happens only in cinema. And
disappointing.
And Bollywood has, glamorized romance by the songs and the dance. It might be good in some way.
Absolutely.
But, common people do not.
Yeah. I grew up watching Amir Khan. Yeah. So
you must have watched Three Idiots.
My favorite.
I see.
And then Tare Zameen Par.
Yeah. Your stories have enriched this conversation, and I believe our audience would love them as much I did.
Thank you.
I would like to thank you again for taking out time for being on this.
Thank you so much. Shukriya.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
This brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks for tuning into the Moonlit Talk Show. We were talking to Miss Kitty Bantayan, and I'm your host, Om Singh. Stay tuned by subscribing to this channel and follow us on Instagram for more behind the scenes. We'll soon be back with a new episode where we are going to talk about the superstition in India and Philippines. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.